introduction into what's called the value triangle. It is my go-to kind of starting point nowadays. Whenever I come across a new idea, whether that's an idea I have, but also with the clients, Mike, we've got a really great idea. We want to do this, blah 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 blah. But we want to know what to do next. And this is a wonderful model. So let me really quickly talk you through it. Of course, this triangle has got three big problems. That's our starting point. Every business needs to be able to identify the really compelling problems that they solve to start with. And we're just going to choose three. Sure, there might be four super compelling ones, but for the sake of this model, we're going to really try hard to boil those down to the three biggest problems. It always makes it so much easier to explain new models with some examples. So I'm going to use one, and it's called the idea is called Golf Buddy. And I'm only going to do one of the three problems just to help us through this really quickly. So the problem number one, the big problem number one is actually if you're not a member of a golf club, then actually sorting games is a real hassle. Finding a tee time that suits you. Is a hassle. Then going to your friends and seeing whether they're free too. If not, finding other people to play with. It's all one enormous hassle. And then we do problem 2 and problem 3. We then mirror those problems. So sorting games is a hassle. What the idea does is actually gives a one-stop shop that allows you to do all of those things in one place at one time. And of course then you hold the mirror up, so they solve the problem number 2 and they solve problem number 3 likewise. The next step is then we start to kind of, how do we do that? And more often, it doesn't have to be, but often that we're asking, okay, how are you going to do that? Who are you going to do that for? And what are you going to do? So in the example we chose, so actually what the site's going to do is they're going to book reserved tee times in golf clubs around the country. So you almost get the benefit of being a member, as it were. And there's a really simple way to find and connect to other golfers that are also up for a game at that kind of time or those kind of days. And then there's a social network connection to your friends as well. So we're not only we've identified what the big problem is, we've got the answer, and we're showing how we're going to do it. Okay. A lot of this process is actually to get us down to this really key document, which we call the marketing manifesto. Okay. And everything can flow from this marketing manifesto. Let me show you what I mean by that. So be really, really clear. Who do we help? We're helping, this idea helps golfers or people that play golf but love to play more, but they've got a really busy work and family lives, therefore they don't or can't join a club. Okay, that's the marketplace. Now you could absolutely go a little bit further and go of what's the 80-20. What you could extrapolate that to. Actually, they're probably going to be men in their 40s to mid 50s, and they probably do these kind of roles if you like. Their big problem. We repeat that, and it's a combination of the three big problems. And then we get down to but we know that's a problem. But what's the pain? What's the frustration? What will motivate them? And this is a really key thing. What we understand the pain. We understand it's a hassle. But what will motivate them to join our service, so we can solve that for them? Well, the pain in this case is, I would suggest that actually they waste time and they have very precious time anyway. It's frustrating, and actually they kind of lose the will to play. It's just too difficult. We can then say, fine, but we can solve that. What would be possible with working with me, with adopting this idea? So we've reserved the tee times, or our members of the clubs make it easy to find partners to play with. And the process, it'd be free to join, and there's discounted tee times. Yeah. So everything flows from that. When we have this marketing manifesto really, really nailed, then it makes it easy to figure out what to put on a Facebook ad, because we defined who they are, so we can find a picture of a 40-something man in a kind of golfing t-shirt, etc. And we can speak to them, and that's a really key thing. That's where marketing really comes in. It makes it easy to figure out what to put in a cold email. It makes it easy to figure out what to write, put on a website or a landing page. It makes it easy to kind of rehearse that. When we bump into people we haven't seen. Oh, what are you up to? Oh, I've just launched a website. It's with, and you can start to, you can make it really easy to play that back. So it all comes from there. So just a really quick recap. We're really going to focus on those big problems. We can then, once we really committed to those, we can hold a mirror to those problems and find, actually, well, what's the solution to that problem? Once we've done that, then we can extrapolate that and understand that, okay, what is it we need to build to get that product? And then we can build on marketing, that one page that we can commit to memory. We can turn into kind of a cold calls and cold emails and landing pages and websites, etc. Such a valuable tool. There's lots of ways of doing this, but I've ended up determining that this is the simplest, most engaging way of designing what the business is going to do. Hope this helps. Stay in contact for more information.